Yeah, Eden. Eden's gate starts from in the middle of nowhere, which is this. Nope, that's minstrel from another. There it is. In the middle of nowhere. Let's head over there. Anxious Crystarium Guard. In the middle of nowhere, one of the Crystarium guards is particularly relieved to have found you. Ah, brilliant. Have you seen Ryne? She's been looking for you. Wait here, I'll go get her. There you are. The truth is, I need your help. Now hold on, I haven't even told you what it is yet. Ahem. After you defeated Emmett Selk, I sensed a strange concentration of light, somewhere far to the south. In the empty, the lands that were once swallowed by the flood. I can't tell what it is, but we have to find out. For all we know, it might even be another Light Warden. But whatever it may be, I don't intend to stand by and watch. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Tancred, Urianger, and I have a few theories that we plan to test once we find whatever is causing this. The three of us were reluctant to ask for your help, considering everything that you've been through. The thing is, you're the only person who can defeat a Light Warden without becoming one yourself, so we have no choice. While we don't want to jump to conclusions, it would be a good idea to have you there, just in case. So, will you come with us? I wouldn't have it any other way. Perhaps we should let sleeping dogs lie. Nah, that's boring. Good game, though. Thank you, Brilliant. This means a lot. First of all, let's head to the Derek in Amarang. Tancred and Urianger should have everything ready by now. I kind of wish I had done this earlier, because this was released with the end of 5.0. I think well, I guess I'll figure that out once I get to Endwalker, but I'll try and do these closer to patch order, so that we get the story sort of more when stuff happens with the patches. Either way, we gotta head over to Amarang, the south part. And I guess that's what that southern exit is that I pointed out quite a while ago. See, this should be... that's the Lumor, this should be Amarang. Yep. I'll teleport down to the inn. Yeah, that's the exit. Okay. I remember noting this exit and not knowing what that was supposed to be. But it's the entrance to the zone that will have the raid. It'd be nice if I can get this done, at least this one section done in a single stream. But it really just depends on how long the queues are. 'Tis a blessing to see thee so hale. Sorry to drag you all the way out here. I have a feeling you'll miss this place once when you see where we're going next, though. I hope the desert creatures didn't give you too much trouble on the way here. I doubt they posed any sort of challenge to her. Would that I could say the same with confidence about whatever fiend may be waiting for us out there. Even if the light that Ryne sends turns out to be nothing of consequence, the empty is hardly the most welcoming of places. Anything that could survive out there is not to be trifled with. Moreover, it should be reiterated that the light-based wasteland poseth as severe a threat as any foe we might face. In any event, we are in agreement that the phenomenon doth warrant investigation, though our lack of far more precise means of navigation, we must needs rely on Ryne's innate abilities to guide us. I have formed several hypotheses regarding the nature of the light, but speculation is a poor substitute for first-hand observation. There will be plenty of time for us to talk about it on the way. Is the sky skipper ready, Thancred? Sky slipper. Ready to take us wherever we need to go, aye. But again, too, maybe if we ask it nicely. Though the light hath been expunged from Novront, the ambient ether of the empty is still corrupted, dangerously so, in fact. The flood of light devastated everything in its wake, the soil, the air, the water, all rendered incapable of supporting life. 'Tis due to this imbalance the empty remaineth utterly uninhabitable, even a century thereafter. That's why we're taking every possible precaution. Between the atherometers I've packed with and Ryne's unique abilities, we should be able to direct and measure any fluctuations in our alignments. According to the Crystarium scouts, a few days out there won't affect us to any noticeable degree, but much longer than that, and we risk becoming sin eaters. How lovely. Since we still don't know how chocobos and Amaro will fare in the empty, we opted for a more mechanical mode of transportation. This comes courtesy of the researchers at the Mean, who found it in the Crystal Tower and restored it to working order. It's quite safe, I promise. The person in charge said he'll have parts delivered from the Crystarium should anything break. He seemed quite eager to see what we bring back from the empty, even though I told him we were not hunting for treasure. I'll introduce you if we have a chance to stop by at Mordsuk at some point. Anyway, I think that covers everything. When you're ready to leave, just say the word. Okay, let's go, Ryne. Well then, shall we? This would have made a lot more sense to do earlier in MSQ, but whatever. Considering the fact that we already helped Thancred and Urianger back to the source. With a name like the Empty, I wasn't expecting much in the way of pleasant scenery, but this is downright depressing. To look upon the land swallowed by the flood with mine own eyes, 'tis a chilling sight indeed. Approximately 9/10 of this world are, as this, a slate all but wiped clean. Were it not for the warriors of darkness and Minfilia. Ryne, are you sure we're heading in the right direction? Yes, I'm certain. There is no telling how far away it is, though. Nothing for it, but to keep going then. You two back there may as well take a nap. I have a feeling we have a good few moms ahead of us. I have to say, it's a touch longer than I was expecting, and is that it sleeping? It seems pretty big. No, it's waking up. I don't like the sound of that. Is it a light warden? No, I don't think so. Instead of being filled with light, it is light. The first Syneda. Long have I strived to unravel the mysteries surrounding the flood of light, to discover what had set that terrible cataclysm in motion. Every thread led to the same conclusion, the same single point. Or single being. I have reason to believe that the entity we see before us is the first Syneda, the instigator of the flood, the very foe Minfilia vanquished a century ago. So how are we supposed to beat this thing? She gave everything she had, and won. But this abomination could undo her work. Aye. The possibility cannot be denied, though it is oft said that destruction and creation are but two sides of the same coin. Ryne, knowest thou of what I speak? The power to shape reality, to bend the laws of nature, for what was once shattered may be forged anew. That's all well and good, but don't you think we should give it a name first? Let's call it Eden. Utopia in Fae, a most auspicious title. Now that that's settled, perhaps we should find a spot to set up camp. I even brought a couple tents, on the off chance, but pitching the damned things is something of a fine art. Does anybody fancy helping me? Oh, right. I never realized that putting tents up could be such a bother. Still, I'm glad we got there in the end. Tancred should be back from scouting the area soon. Once he's here, we can plan our next move. Let me check something real quick. During the course of your investigation, you may discover valuable artifacts. They can be exchanged for equipment. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, that's the raid drops. Yeah, this is the first raid. Okay. It should be resurrection. Deploy the core. Ryne waits anxiously for Tancred to return from surveying the vicinity. I wonder what's taking Tancred so long. There he is. Welcome back, Dad. Well, that was rather uneventful. Not that I'm complaining. Did you find anything? No, thankfully. Though there's naught but barren plains in every direction. Apart from Eden, obviously. I tried approaching it, and that brute didn't even seem to notice me. I thought it best not to tempt fate, so I withdrew. We should act now, before it's fully awake. Meaning what exactly? When I think about the flood of light, I get the feeling that rather than destroying everything in its path, what it actually does is stop the flow of ether. Of course, that meant all the plants, animals, and people here could no longer survive. They must have crumbled to dust in the years since. But the aether is still there, lying dormant. If Eden is the one that caused it, maybe it can get it flowing again. Oh, that would be interesting. I don't know for certain, but I think I can use Eden to bring back life to the empty. Could we use something similar to the burn in the source? Now hold on a minute. What makes you think that's even possible? And how do you expect to control that kind of power? Ryne's aspirations may not be as preposterous as thou dost surmise. I believe Minfilia haunted the Flood's advance not by destroying Eden, but by silencing it. And in doing so, she hath gifted us an opportunity too precious to waste. Even now, the flame of hope burns on. I, as Minfilia's successor, it standeth to reason that Ryne doth possess the means to exert her will over Eden, but such a monumental task is not to be taken lightly. What sayest thou, Brilliant? Well, let's give it a try. Yes, you're probably right, but I have to try. Very well, Ryne. You've made up your mind. So, how should we go about this? Well, you could queue up for the raid, and then you wait for it to pop. I have an idea. I've been studying it carefully since we arrived, and it seems to me that the light is more concentrated at a certain point. I suppose you could call it the core. That giant Talos had a core too. Like a beating heart, it controlled the flow of ether. If Eden's core is the same, perhaps we could use it to restore the etheric balance. The theory is certainly sound. By employing Ethernet shards as beacons, mayhap we could trace the ethereal flow to Eden's core, and in doing so secure the means to teleport to the very heart of the beast. Thankfully, the Settlement Council has kindly furnished us with a plethora of apparatuses by which to perform such feats. However, we must needs first have Ryne study the entity's interior and chart us a suitable course. Once we have reached our destination, I shall fabricate a means by which you may directly communicate with Eden, and mayhap exert a measure of control over it. You can really do that, Urianger? All credit is due to my dear friend, a gentle soul long since departed who imparted me with a wealth of knowledge concerning aetherology. Is that supposed to be Monbrita? Although I am certain she... Yeah, it's Monbrita. I'm sure she would be all too well to chastise my methodology. Excuse me for interrupting this trip down memory lane, but I don't imagine that Eden will be too happy about us rummaging around in its innards, or what we want of a better term. In all seriousness, though, I wouldn't be surprised if there is some sort of welcoming party arranged for intruders. Perhaps you had best lead the way, Brilliant. It's true that she's the only one who can defeat a Light Warden, but I'd rather not rely on her any more than we have to. Yes, I've forgotten what happened when she absorbed too much light, but as Alize said, making promises have no way of keeping is not a kindness. Now I wish I could put down wardens myself, but the fact is, I can't, and there's no point in pretending I can. That's why I'm asking Brilliant. Then perhaps I could... No, Ryne. You have a job. Already have a job to do, remember? The only reason this plan has a chance of success is because of your involvement. We need to concentrate on this task at hand and guide us to the core. Not only that, you'll have to keep an eye on Eden itself. If we somehow manage to make it angry, get us out of there. Are you sure you want to go through with this? I mean, I need to complete the raid. I won't let you down. Though we will remain here, Ryne and I shall do our utmost to guide thee along the ethereal stream. After thou hast breached the exterior, we shall remain in contact via these link pearls, courtesy of our comrades in the Crystarium. Being relics salvaged from the Crystal Tower, I fear they may somewhat be less reliable than those thou art accustomed. Okay. That should unlock the first Eden's Resurrection, or whatever it's called. Yeah, Eden's Gate Resurrection. I'll go ahead and queue up for this, and hopefully it won't take more than like 10 minutes. Need to figure out what to do while I'm in queue. I mean, I could just hang out in the Golden Saucer, but... 10 minutes, okay, well, I'll wait 10 minutes for... Okay, that's Shirk 2. That'll hopefully make it so that it goes to the tank, if I need it for some reason. If I need to actually do a tank swap, which I won't. Oh, finally, yay. That took like 12 minutes. You better not leave. You DPS, you better not do it. He's gonna do it, isn't he? Yay, he didn't miss the queue. Be careful, huge amounts of ether are rushing to the core. Wait, what's that? Keeper of Knowledge, Edom Prime. I figured to drop a puddle. Oops, wrong button. That looks cool. Let's see what we're doing. What do we got now? What? It's gonna be another clicking one, isn't it? What? Huh? What? Just 2,000, just 20,000 damage, nothing big. Gotta make sure I don't go full Dragoon and jump off the edge. It's probably LB2 here. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna... If it's gonna be that easy, I'm just gonna tank it. Maybe we can get slightly shorter than 10-minute queues. I mean, I'm just gonna need everything because I've never done this before. Okay, Ryne, we took care of that. You didn't need to worry about it. It seems that Thancred's predictions about there being some sort of guardian was right. Thankfully, it was nothing that you couldn't handle. And I'm glad to say that you haven't absorbed any light either. So far, so good. Now that the way is clear, the Aethernet shard can send us to the core and back whenever we need. Why don't you give them a try? Oh, okay, that's nice and easy. Standing around and waiting is hardly my forte. Though I dare say I'm more suited to this than whatever Urianger is doing. Though the apparatus is now into place, a number of minute adjustments needs be made before attempting to assert control over Eden. Once Urianger has activated the device, it's my turn. Well, just grab crit. Everyone needs crit. That the time hath come, Ryne. Watch over me, Minfilia. Is it supposed to happen? Eden is offering considerable resistance. Not now. Not when I'm so close. Ryne. I am unharmed, but what of Ryne? No, you listen to me! Ryne, be careful. You worry too much, Dadgrid. Well, that doesn't look good.